Hi, my name is Vineet Mittal. I'm currently in the year 1 of the Global Masters in Management program here at LSE. The topic for our discussion today is job redesign. I would be answering the question, do you need to pay a lot of money to motivate your employees? I will try and convince you to follow a model that redesigns a job such that it is psychologically fulfilling for the employee. It will lead to increase in the employee's internal motivation, as well as lead to increase in his productivity, job satisfaction, and performance. As a result, this would also have economic benefits for the organization. I will be describing the job characteristics model that has been discussed immensely in the literature. This model specifies the conditions under which the employee is internally motivated to perform effectively on their job. Then I will be discussing the specific approaches that one can use to redesign individual jobs. And in the end, I hope that I would at least force you to think whether you need to pay a lot of money to your employees to increase their motivation or not. Job characteristics model specifies 5 job characteristics: skill variety, task identity, task significance, autonomy, and feedback. Skill variety is using a number of different skills to do a variety of tasks. For example, a marketer's work when marketing a product would involve drafting advertising campaigns, holding meetings with the finance department, working on distribution channels, etc. Task identity means doing a whole or identifiable piece of work. For example, a waiter in a restaurant is greeting the customer, showing the customer to the table, taking the order, bringing the food, and managing the payments. That is, a single waiter is responsible for the customer till the time they walk in, till the time they walk out. That is task identity. Task significance is doing a task that affects other people and adds recognizable value. For example, a doctor's work has high task significance since his work has high impact on the life of the patient. Autonomy, that is giving substantial freedom to the employee to do his or her job. For example, an artist would need a high level of autonomy, that is creative and personal freedom to produce an original piece of art. And lastly, feedback, that is the information from work activities that let the employee know how well he or she is doing his job. For example, a software developer tests the quality and bugs of his software and accordingly performs debugging. This frequent feedbacks allows the software developer to know how well he or she is performing. Each of these characteristics relate to the psychological state of the employee and develops his or her intrinsic motivation. Skill variety, task identity, and task significance relates to the meaningfulness of the work. Autonomy makes the employee feel responsible for the work outcomes, and feedback gives him or her the knowledge of their work and the results. This inherent motivation makes the job more fulfilling for the employee. This also leads to low absenteeism and reduced employee turnover, improving the well-being at the workplace and reduces potential attrition costs. Now let us talk about how to specifically redesign individual jobs. This can be done through 3 approaches: job rotation, job enlargement, and job enrichment. Job rotation is moving an employee from one job to another. This can be done to provide cross-training across different tasks. When an activity becomes less challenging, job rotation can be done to move the employee to another job that is at the same level and requires same skills. For example, a cinema employee can sell the tickets, provide the refreshments, rip the tickets, and show to the seats. This reduces boredom in the job that can become quite tedious at times. Job enlargement would be increasing the number of tasks and their variety for the individual. This gives employees more work to do that are of the same nature by adding tasks to an existing job. In our cinema example, job enlargement would mean having the same employee sell the tickets and provide the refreshments, that is, enlarging the individual's job. Notice that there is difference between job rotation and job enlargement. Job enrichment means providing more responsibility to the employee for scheduling, coordinating, and planning his or her own work. This means giving more autonomy and control to the employee. This can be done in 2 ways. First is clustering the tasks into natural groups, that is, combining highly interdependent tasks into one job. For example, a video journalist can assemble the entire product, operates the camera, the sound, and reports the story. The second way is by establishing client relationships. This can be done by making an individual responsible for specific clients and allowing him or her to communicate directly with those clients. Like in our cinema example, the employee can talk to the clients, that is the customers, and see which films are popular, and accordingly give suggestions to the management to increase the show times for those films. In this way, the employee is establishing a relationship with the client and is given more discretion. This enriches his or her job. So, job rotation and job enlargement can be used together to make a job more enriching. Key takeaways from this discussion are: first, intrinsic motivation is an important aspect for work productivity, job satisfaction, and performance. Second, job redesign is possible through the job characteristics model framework. Although note that performance effects may take time to unfold and reflect. For example, the research done by Griffin in 1991 showed that the performance did not improve until 24 months after the job redesign. So managers need to be patient to see the results. Individual jobs can be redesigned through job rotation, job enlargement, and job enrichment. And these approaches can be used together to redesign a job. Finally, the most important key takeaway is that you do not need to pay a lot of money to your employees to increase their productivity and performance. This happens naturally through intrinsic motivation when they start loving and enjoying the work and the job they're doing. I hope that today's discussion convinced you to think that you do not need to pay a lot of money to increase productivity, job satisfaction, and performance of your firm's key asset, its employees. And I hope that this discussion would help you take the next step in that direction. Thank you.